Hey guys, so I am back with another plan with me for the month of February, and I'm going to do this video just like I did the last one, where all I'm doing is really laying down the stickers and not really writing any of the plans. As you see, all of this kind of comes later, but I am a little late on this. Today is already February 2nd, but we had a very bad ice storm last weekend, and the kids were out of school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday they had a 2-hour delay. And now we've had another snowstorm, and it's Monday, and they're out of school again. So I'm not sure, it's not the easiest to film this when they're home. But I'm going to go ahead and do this one pretty much like I did the last one, where I just kind of walk you through the first week, and then I'll speed it up with some music for the next one. But I did the same Etsy shop to get all of my stickers this time. It's PansyPrints, just like it was last time. This first collection is Be Mine, and then we are actually going to Disney for a soccer tournament the second week of February. So I got this one, As Old as Time, just as kind of like a Beauty and the Beast since we're at Disney. So I have this one, and then our third week is going to be Smitten, and then the fourth week will be Cottage Romance. So I'll kind of go through them when I get to each week. But I'm going to start with the Be Mine and kind of show you what all of them look like. This time I did try to find other Etsy shops, but especially when I was trying to do the Disney one, I really couldn't find another one that has them laid out like this shop does. So I did do the same thing that I did last time, where the sheet that has the glitter headers, I print 2 of those, and that's the only one. So, and I did that on all of them because I do like using those glitter headers as borders. And then the only other thing that I have with me are the reading stickers that I cut and print out myself. So I'm going to go ahead and lay this top down again. And I'm going to set it up pretty much just like the last one. Like I said in that video, this setup just really works for me. I'm going to start with the dates at the top. I have no idea how long they're going to be out of school this time, so I was like, I'm going to have to film something while they're here. I do know that last week, all the days we were out, we had as e-learning days, and today is an e-learning day, but I guess they only get 5 of them, so it is our last e-learning day. So, I mean, we will be out of school tomorrow, so I guess maybe then it's just a day off and they will have to make it up at the end of the year. Okay. Put this over the date over there, because I like to cover that up. And then right away, I'm going to do my reading sticker so that I can list all the books that I finished this week. And got a little straighter. And the last month I put the sticker where I keep track of my steps, this one, I put this in a few places, but I liked it best over here. So I think I'm probably going to do that with all of them. For this month, it does make it where I have less room to write the books down. So I'm going to do my glitter headers under here. And that's why I need 2 sheets of these, because you kind of have enough for each day to use them, because you do get an additional day in here, so you kind of have enough. But when I like to use them across, it already takes away one of those days. So I do usually need to print 2 copies. Makes it easier just to do it from the beginning. That is definitely crooked, but we're just gonna let it stay. Once we get everything on, you really don't even notice. Okay. And then I do have that bottom strip that I like to use sometimes. I don't always use it, but I'm going to use it here. Just across the bottom there. And I don't think I'm going to do a strip of the glitter headers. Just going to let that be. Okay. I do like to usually get my Monday started off with a checklist. First day of the week, I know I usually have a lot of stuff to catch up on from over the weekend. And let's see. I think I'm going to use this double sticker. I usually use it on the weekend. I kind of like that because the week's pretty busy. But I think because we are kind of snowed in, it's not going to be busy. And we're probably going to be doing a lot of sitting around watching movies and stuff. So I am going to put this one here. And then probably means that I'm gonna put my full box at the bottom of this. I don't usually like to have them right beside each other. And see if I can get some smaller boxes. Stick a dinner thing. I usually like to kind of have these at the bottom, but and then when I use a double, I do usually put the same color of the glitter headers. So we're going to do this light pink for Tuesday and Wednesday. Smaller. This is usually my Wednesday is trash day, so I usually put this little size one here, and that's just the reminder to put the trash can out. And I'm going to do a smaller checklist on this. Here I can have some of these decorative boxes. I put 2 of those in here. This is that page that I said in the last video doesn't cut good because it puts like a double line. So it cuts through twice and kind of tears the sticker up. The other headers. Okay. And I want to put my dinner here. So then I'll do the glitter here. That should finish that, and then we'll just do one more. I don't know how much I want a full box because that's what both of those are. Maybe I'll do something more like this. And I do know, because today is Tuesday, I do know that we're going to watch something tonight. So I think I'm going to stick one of these maybe ones on here, and just gonna put this glitter header in the background so that you don't see that white, and just stick it like that. So that's gonna be the first half of the week, and then since I don't have sticker is the very top yet, I'm going to do that here. And then I think because all of our stuff from last weekend was postponed and moved, I think this weekend's going to be pretty full. I think we have at least 3 soccer games that are scheduled now for them. So let's find a full checklist. Down our glitter. Like I said, I just have no idea when we're even going to be going back to school. I think we got maybe 7 or 8 inches, which is, I think, the most we've ever gotten like in my lifetime here. So it's kind of a big deal for us. Let's take down this one. And then just find the, could put a dinner one, but I'm just going to put a thinner one in. And I can still write what we had for dinner, but just make it look a little different than what we have. One of our boxes up there. Then we can do a checklist. I'll leave those boxes out. Or I think I'm going to do my checklist across the bottom here. And then we can put in our full square one. That covers, yeah. Trying to see if I needed another glitter in there, but I think that one's good. And let's start off with our checklist. It's very crooked. And I did look around a good bit, like I said, on Etsy, kind of looking for other weekly planner stickers that I could print out. And because I feel like before when I got them, you could really pick like your hair color, and then you would have a whole page of blonde and then brown, and you could do it that way. And now you just, it's like everything's all on one. So I liked having more of the options because I do tend to kind of, I guess, use my hair color on there. I don't always, but and I went through even like my history on Etsy, kind of looking for some shops that I used to use, and I just didn't see anything. So I don't know if they're not really selling them anymore. I was gonna put that full box there, but I guess I don't really like that silver. I do want to keep it the pink and red. And I don't always like having the boxes that are the same height right beside each other. So do the double glitter, then this box, and then we'll do our full box. And then because I have the full checklist on all of those days, I don't think I'm going to do that here. So I think I'm just going to put a few boxes. And maybe do another one of the boxes. Guess I could do a thinner one and then a larger one. And then that should pretty much be it for this first week, just for how it's laid out. And then, like I said, I'll go through and show you the rest of the weeks and just kind of speed it up. But yeah, that's going to be our first layout. of the pages. So going to go ahead and put them back in here, but we can kind of look back through January now because now it's all filled out. I do think everything worked out good. Like I said, I liked putting my steps over here, but sometimes there were some weeks that I stuck it over here and the reading got kind of long. So some weeks there would have been plenty of room, but yeah, like here, if I'd had that over here, I might not have had enough room, and I do need to finish filling out some of this. But you can see that I went back and I put in a lot of the stickers. Some of these stickers are mine, but most of them are just ones that came with it. The soccer balls are always going to be mine, and I had some pizza ones, so I made these San Francisco 49ers ones. But I do kind of stick with the color palette, the stickers that come with it. And yeah, like I said, this really worked out good for me, so I pretty much stuck with a lot of that for February. I tried to do some different things. If you saw throughout this, so for the first one, I put the strip on the bottom, and then the second one, I stuck that other strip throughout the middle. And then over here, I went back to the top. And then for the last one, I kind of split it up. And I don't usually do this because I kind of like the page to be consistent throughout, but I do think it turned out good, and I didn't utilize as many of the glitter headers on this one. I feel like it kind of leaned towards more of a matte finish. But yeah, this is all of February now, and I will come back and kind of show you maybe when that one's filled out when we do our March one. But thanks for watching.